Hey, Spuddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Surviving Mars Relaunched. This is a remaster and upgrade of Surviving Mars. I think the original Surviving Mars released in like 2018, and I had a ton of fun playing the game back then, but my YouTube channel was pretty small, so I was mostly focused on Civ, so I never really made videos on it, if I remember correctly. There will be links in the description and in the pinned comment if you want to go check out the game yourself. Thank you to Paradox for sponsoring this video. I really appreciate them sponsoring so many videos lately for so many really nice games. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. And I do want to be clear, I typically don't take sponsorships unless I already think the game is good. The sponsorship is just like, that's just a nudge to get it over the line, you know? It means I don't have to care about the views on the video. I can just play the game and have fun. So we've got a mission set up here, Colony Effects, rename Salvation. I'm gonna call it Potato Base. So we can choose a different mission sponsor. We've got the International Mars mission, that'll give us 30 million in funding, 4 starting rockets, 200 applicants, 300 research per sol. Ooh, I like that research. Rare metals is 25. Interesting. We get the Zeus rockets, so our rockets are bigger. The advanced Stirling generator generates power and can protect from cold waves. Colonists will never get earthsick. Food supply from passenger rockets is increased by 10. Is that 10 more or 10 times more? Because that's crazy. Rockets can synthesize fuel. It starts with a self-sufficient dome prefab. Okay, I think that's times 10 fuel. I think that's for the easy experience. If you want to just glide into the game on an easy setting. It's been a long time since I've played, so that's kind of tempting. We can go with the USA, which is a slightly less easy. 3 rockets, 100 applicants. We still have some of those like rocket payloads, advanced orbital probes. Very cool. The Blue Sun. I am kind of like interested in maybe getting around to playing some of the harder modes. But you know what? I'm still figuring out how to learn and play the game. So I'm gonna go with the International Mars mission. I'm gonna go with the easy mode. Commander profile. So we can be a rocket scientist. We start with an extra rocket. We get CO2 jet propulsion. So we start with the shuttle hub. Astrogeologist. Ooh, hanging gardens. That's cool. All funding grant gains are increased. Psychologists. Colonists recover sanity while resting in their homes. Minimum comfort for birth. Ooh, so you could grow more people. I'm gonna stick with rocket scientist. This is their recommended. Mystery. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go with random mystery. Founding faction. Project Utopia. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Green Mars Coalition. We gotta make Mars greener, baby. Rival colonies. Cool. I'm not going to put any like special game rules in because I'm still learning the game. It'll be potato base. Let's see. Don't panic. Yeah, let's go with Europe, baby. I'm a green European. Okay, so rocket payload of Perseverance #1. It's got advanced Stirling generator, a moisture evaporator, a drone hub. So the moisture evaporator is going to be used to make fuel. The advanced Stirling generator is going to be used to make fuel. The drone hub is used for our drones. We have commander and explorer and transport. Then we have the orbital probes, some drones, okay, and then some polymers, machine parts, and electronics to get us kickstarted. You know what? This sounds fine. I think this is a perfectly fine rocket. There's probably ways that you can optimize it and pick like the correct quote unquote, setup, but I think we're chilling. So let's see. We've got Chimeria Alpha. It's got a lot of concrete and water, not so much metals. So Elysium Beta is the easiest of the modes. It seems here. It's relatively flat. It has like some meteors, a little bit of everything, but has good concrete, metals, and water. I'm gonna start with Elysium Beta. Again, like I don't have the skills at this game to know. Oh wow, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That's the goal right here, is to turn Mars into this lush, green, beautiful place. I don't have the skills in this game to have the confidence to go crazy on the difficulty on the first time that I play. Although I have done that when I played games before. So this is a promising site. I'm gonna just trust the game. What is this? It's an underground entrance. Ooh, elevator. I never played with the underground stuff. I do remember there was an expansion, or it was like a DLC, or there was something that came out to do with the underground. All right, I'm gonna land my rocket here, and I'll start scanning adjacent sectors. Like cool swirlies here. Very nice. So our rocket's landing, a big old purple boy. We found an anomaly, which is this thing here. We've got our RC commander, our RC explorer. Let's get the explorer to hit up that anomaly right away. And then the transport, do we see, there's some metal over here. I'm gonna get my transport to go grab some metal. So yeah, we should also start researching. Let's have a look. So We could get robotics. Ooh, generate 100 signs per sol for each RC Explorer vehicle. That seems actually really strong to kickstart our research. So I'm going to grab robotics AI. Being able to build farms would be cool. The elevator would connect us. Feeds. Let's go with farms and then better electricity. And then we'll chill. We'll kind of see what comes along then. I'm going to need to build a universal depot near our landing site here so that all of our resources can be deposited. Now, one of the very first things that you want to build when you're playing the game is a concrete extractor, because concrete's an important resource for your base. I'll put the concrete extractor there. We have found an anomaly. Okay, so I'm scanning that anomaly. I'm building a concrete factory. I definitely also need to build, the advanced Sterling generator. So I don't want to be near this thing because it will generate dust that will damage my nearby things. So let's get a Sterling generator. You know what? Right there. I think that's out of range of this. And then beside the Sterling generator, we want to build a moisture evaporator. And we're also going to want to be able to relaunch this thing, send it back. So I'll put my moisture evaporator right beside that. And what's the thing that makes fuel? No, you make oxygen. A fuel refinery. Okay, I don't think we have that yet. The underground. We discovered a deep pit that connects to a network of caverns and lava tubes. The low gravity on Mars allows for much larger lava tubes and caverns than on Earth. The temperatures here are a lot less extreme, and there is ample protection from many of the hazards on the surface. Well, I spoke to be found on the underground. Low G. So if we get low G shaft tunneling to unlock and build an elevator connecting the surface to allow us to move resources, vehicles, prefabs, and colonists between two maps. Cool. I also need to build a RC controller. I don't remember what that's under. There we go, drone hub, that was it. I'll put you right there, and I'll put a power cable like this. I like that it's purple. I don't know why it's purple. Did I pick purple by accident? I don't know. So the Sterling generator makes 40 power. That's crazy. I'm going to speed up time here so we can get some of these things up and running. Oh, we can get supply pods. That's cool. We have lots of rockets if we want to get them down here. I don't think we need to do that just yet. Now, this is going to cost some metals, but we are scooping up metals with our RC transport, which is awesome. We have our drone hub. I would like to transfer drones from this rocket. Oh yeah, I forgot that this guy makes his own fuel because I'm on easy mode. That's right. I need to power the concrete hub. In addition to that, we should build a couple of storage here. We should build a depot for concrete. Plus, we should build a dumping site where we can drop the regolith that will come as a byproduct of creating concrete. Let's also create a metals depot. I'm going to put it right there so we have somewhere to drop metals with my RC rover, because I'm going to have him explore a bit. Okay, sick. So mission control is awestruck, so we get 50 new applicants. Awesome. And then also that should actually unlock, no, that's not technology. That should have unlocked maybe access to some new text. Holy crap, there's a lot of text. So we've got some of these local areas scanning. Can I build the sensor tower? Yes. So I think it would be good if we got a sensor tower. I'm going to put one right here. It'll help us with the local scanning stuff. And I'm going to use my probes to kind of scan a bit further out like this. So did we find any anomalies? We did find an anomaly over here. So let me grab my RC Explorer, tell them to go scan this anomaly. So they'll head out to take care of that. Nice, we got some research points, beautiful. I don't think there's a reason to produce oxygen, unless we want to build a dome like really early. Let's see, so a self-sufficient dome, oh wow, it like comes pre-fabbed with everything it needs. A small dome, Moxie, moisture evaporators, water tower, food depot, power cables, and pipes. Well, this is like game on easy mode, I guess. Maybe I should have played it on slightly harder. I'm gonna park this right here. Keep it close to all my stuff. This is too early to place a dome. Listen, bro, I got all the stuff I need. So it's got moisture evaporators. Okay, let's see here. The council members are Green Mars Coalition. The Earth Council was found when the colonies created its own assembly. Cool. Prepare to enact a law. You can see the factions. Oh, I don't remember this part of the game. Prepare or enact a law. Open the floor. Let's go for the expiration policy. You can boost the specialized enacting even laws. The laws may be prepared before they vote enacted. So expiration. So they wouldn't vote for funding. They might vote for research. I'm going to go for applicants. Getting applicants just sounds like a reasonable thing to do. We have a few buildings that aren't working right now. So let me get some cables. Okay, we're not producing enough electricity. I see the issue here. So let's do a little bit of a power expansion. We could build another advanced Sterling generator, but they're really expensive. I would prefer to do probably a set of solar panels. So let me grab some cables. Let me run it out here. What's the drone hub radius again? Okay, it's pretty big. Yeah, we can easily cover that. It's probably not an idea to build the solar panels in the shadow of a mountain, but you know what? Okay, we've got 3 solar panels coming up. That should cover us pretty comfortably. my metal rover, or my transport rover, I'm going to send him over here to do that. We have scanned a sector, and there's nothing in it. Let's focus on scanning based on our boost percentage. So boost, boom, boom. It's going to be a slow scanning process, but it's fine. Now, why aren't you getting power? It's because we don't have enough power. That's fine. I'm going to build some pipes. Let me see, you're a water tower. Yeah, I want to add some pipes if I can, like so. Now, if we start thinking about bringing down a group, we're going to want to do the bare minimum. What's this? Drones and rovers move faster. I'll queue that up. That sounds good. We're going to want to do the bare minimum to give them juice, basically. What I mean by that is they're going to need, let's see here. So they're going to need food. So let's start with a hydroponic farm. They're going to need somewhere to live. So we'll build the living complex. They're going to need something to keep them from going insane. Ooh. The subsurface anomaly yielded a trove of new scientific data. Choose one breakthrough. We can get giant crops or the empath trait, or factory automation. I do like the idea of factory automation. I also like the idea of giant crop. That sounds hilarious. So let's go for giant crops. I keep forgetting what I'm doing here. Right. I'm trying to find a bar. Relaxation, drinking, and social is important. I was looking for the bigger bar, but I guess we only have the small space bar right now. Well, we're going to need a grocer. So I'll put that there. And then behind the grocer, we'll put a space bar where people can hang out and have a little bit of fun. So I'm trying to remember, right? The grocer is food and shopping. This is relaxation, drinking, social. This is for children. Probably this covers most of the basic needs of people. Cool. Okay, so we found giant crops. Neat. Did we find any more anomalies? What's this? It's a Vista with comfort boost. Okay, I'll bring my Explorer back. And you know what? Let's just for fun, let's bring down the passengers. And I think my first dome is, you know what, before we bring down the passengers, I think my first dome is going to be dedicated towards more researchy stuff. So I'm going to put the research lab there. And then it's time for the rocket. So passenger rocket, I would like if, in terms of specialization, scientists are good at science, right? So I definitely want scientists. And I want to avoid unspecialized. And then in terms of flaws, glutton is not my favorite. Also, I don't like loner. These people are going to have to live in tight circles, let me tell you. We probably don't need that many scientists, really. So maybe like 6 scientists should do the job, I think. Perfect. All right, let's launch this. These are our founders. How's your mining going? You're taking your time. We scanned a sector and we found a new anomaly. So let's grab our Explorer and go scan that anomaly. Awesome. I would also like to get a cargo rocket down, maybe with like just a bunch of these resources so that we don't have to produce them for a while. I'm going to get it to bring a fuel refinery and a handful of drones. So mostly we're getting a bunch of new materials, some drones, and a fuel refinery. So I'm going to launch this bad boy. Well, I could fit one more thing on there. I'll fit an orbital probe in there with the final 1,000 kilo payload. Let's launch this. So it'll come now to Mars for us over the next while. So we're lacking a little bit of power at night. So I tell you what, I'm going to build myself a battery here to store power for night. A legislative session is open in the council. Let's see, sponsor relations. Each new completed milestone adds new applicants. Extra funding has the least amount of stuff. Can I negotiate? I'll build a hydroponic farm. All right, let's vote for extra funding. Boom, law passed. So now when we hit milestones, I actually don't know what milestones are, but we'll get some extra funding, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna build a drone recharge station because it doesn't need upkeep from what I'm aware. Over by this, because sometimes drones will be hanging out over here, which is a little bit far away from the drone hub. I mean, it's not terribly far. We got a new sector scan. No new anomaly, sadly. You're full of metal. Can you bring that back for us and then go scoop up this metal? So what are you? Another Vista. We've also got some underground rare metals that we could scoop up to add, or to sell rather. So I have a faction promise to build a hydroponic farm in Passy 1. I mean, that's not hard. You think I'm going to be against building another farm building? I'm just trying to calculate out the jobs. I'm going to have 12 people. So that's 3, 3, 1, 2. So that's 8 people in total working. So we have room for a little bit more in terms of jobs. 8 people working at a time. I think people can do 2 shifts. I'm not entirely sure how. I don't know how the shift system works, honestly. We've got some more rare metals over here. That's worth looking into as well. Okay, why are buildings not working? Not enough workers. Okay, that's fine. The message screen is dark and only a vague silhouette of a bald man can be seen. The man speaks with a modulated voice. Commander, we have an offer for you. Recently, our organization has run into severe problems with one or more of our delicate projects. We want you to take care of it. All in all, the mysterious man wants you to shelter a number of cloned people to your colony, no questions asked. Ooh, easy. Easy, I'll take those clones. I have very little ethical issues with cloning. They're just people, man. You're just making people a different way. That's all. Now, what you do with the clones, that matters. Okay, so what do we got? We got Liberty 1 with 12 colonists coming. We don't want to land too close to the dome, but we also don't want to land too far away. I think right here is perfect. The colonists will come and start living. And they have pretty much everything they need for the basics of life. I mean, I think it would be good if we got them like a gaming store, but this thing would consume electronics, which is crazy. Whereas like the grocer and the most likely thing I would give them next would be a diner. Another sector was scanned, but nothing was found in it. Liberty 1 has arrived. Awesome. 12 new colonists. Yeah, we had a crop failure. That's okay. All right, Friendship Run 1 is ready to drop. So I'll get this one to drop over here on the edge of town. I do like landing these rockets right beside each other. I think that's kind of funny to me. I'm going to create a universal depot over here as well, just to grab all those new materials that are coming off the rocket. That way they don't have to be carted all the way over here. The next 10 sols will be full of difficulties, dangers. Arrival of additional colonists temporarily suspended until the colony proves to be able to sustain human life. So the colonists have to survive for 10 sols before more people can arrive. The colony will be evaluated positively before the period ends in the event that the first human is born. Try constructing a medical building and raising the comfort of founders as much as possible with service buildings. Okay, so I want to build a medical building. It consumes concrete. I'll improve the services. I'm trying to think about my shifts here. So I've got 3 people working in here. 3 people working in here the morning shift, and 2 people working in the hydro farm. So 1, 2, well, we don't actually need this one. We can turn this off. I don't think that's necessary. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I think that's going to be the setup. Super basic stuff. Another sector scan, but no anomaly, sadly. No law is set to be enacted, so I need to open the floor to another law. The Greens like me, which is good. Open the floor to the suggestion law. If the suggestion is taken, enact applicants as exploration policy. This would pass pretty easily. Let's see. The production of extractions increased, but production of waste rock is also increased. No. Sponsor research is increased. We could maybe get this to pass with a promise. Tech deregulation doubles the bonus to sector scanning. Navigation. The soil quality from sensor towers is gradually improved. That's kind of cool. Residential building capacity is increased. Crowded living. Unlocks the setting of birth restrictions. Okay. I think getting extra applicants is cool if we go with exploration here. So let's vote. The law will pass. We're handling our politics. I'm not sure what they want here. Yeah. Now, we did also get a couple of prefabs. That's worth mentioning. In particular, the prefab that I care really quite a bit about was the fuel refinery that I'm going to park right here. I'm going to make some power cables going down, and I'm going to make some pipes coming down, and I'm going to build a depot specifically for fuel here. We are low on power, so let me go ahead and copy some large solar panels. Want to have a little bit of overhead when it comes to power if you can, and I'm going to add a battery. So three new solar panels and a battery. We're on the way, baby. So what's going on here? I'm going to set Perseverance 1 as the top priority for refueling. We have a logistical problem here. Heavy drone workload. So how do I move drones? I'm trying to remember how to organize my drones. I remember that it's just a button you place, right? Damn, you can salvage rockets? That's crazy. I think I can reassign them manually here by box selecting them. So now my drone controller has 15 drones. My rocket ship has 2. I'll grab this guy and reassign him. No active research, so drones and rovers will now move faster. Drone hubs get extra drones and they have higher max drones. Probes are cheaper and can scan deeper. We got the fungal farm, which doesn't need to be inside a dome, which is cool. Oh, we actually have to research the giant props. That makes sense. I'm going to go for the advanced Martian engines so that we require less fuel. I do like the idea of better probes. It would be interesting to do low G shaft tunneling. Me and your mom do that all the time. So I'm also going to research giant crops because it just sounds like fun. All right, cool. Ooh, we got a milestone. What was that? What was the milestone? Sector scanned? Nothing. What was the milestone? Research the Martian vegetation tech. Okay, where's that? Let me put this to the top since this is a mission. Might be able to get that in time. So how's the comfort of our people in here? The average comfort is higher. We are missing gaming, which is a problem. We will need more housing for people, but that'll be long-term stuff. About to run out of power storage. That's fine. It will get refixed in a moment. Solar panels should kick back in, even though they're in the shadow. We've got a small positive electricity. I think this is going to be another one of those moments where we need even more solar panels to try to make sure we fill these batteries. All right, let's get my transport to gather some more metal. Unfortunately, we haven't discovered any anomalies to do. The council session is open. Let's prepare some basic diplomacy stuff in the founder stage. That's fine. We do have an orbital probe. I'm going to tap over here. Yeah, we found just, it looks like regular metal. No, it's concrete. Okay, cool. Lots of concrete, actually. Really high grade deposit. We still have 600 concrete remaining in our deposit here, which is fine. Another sector scan just went through. Looks like no anomalies available. You've got a sensor tower boost, as do you. Yeah, then we're running out of sensor tower boost. So it might be worth it for us to consider loading up some materials on our RC Explorer to build another sensor tower. Problem is they do cost materials. I don't think we need to keep exploring. I think we know a decent amount here. We could bring a bunch of probes and just learn more about the planet. Yeah, so we're minus 14 power at night. I think we do have the storage. Storage power lasts 7 hours, which should do it, I think. We could disable fuel and moisture at night, which would cut the maintenance cost here. What's our water grid demand? Pretty high. All right, my transport is loaded up with metal again. Go deposit. More, please. Another sector scan went through. Don't see an anomaly, sadly. The legislative session is open now in the council. So the Earth Embassy would provide additional non-tourist applicants. We could get extra money supplied by the Earth Embassy. I don't know, what is the Earth Embassy? It's a building, right? Generates funding or other rewards if the diplomacy laws are enacted. So this is like a spire that you can build in here that creates an embassy with Earth that provides resources. So I don't think we necessarily need to care about this. Let's prepare heavy workload to see if maybe we can work on some of these things. What I might do is right on the edge of my drone hub radius. Oh, one rocket's ready to go back to Earth. Sick, we got some funding for our milestone. I don't know what a milestone is. I'll be real with you. I have no idea what a milestone is. Oh, we've got some rivals here. Cool. It might not be bad to build a landing pad for some rockets. We do have the resources to build a second Stirling power generator, but I don't think that's worth it. You can make the argument that we don't actually need to make food and that we could just run a second shift of this. And I think you actually have a point, because we just have we have a ton of food and we're not eating it very fast. So we could just crank out a bunch of extra science here. Oh, right. I should totally build gardens for my people. Oh, here they are. I think I'll build like a little founder statue here with a pair of garden benches near it. That's kind of fun. Oh, dude, I can build a giant obelisk. All right, so what's this? Unlocks the heavy workload. Production for extractors increased. What's this? Production focus. Electronics, machine parts, or polymers. Okay, cool. Sponsor research is increased by 100. Let's negotiate. Research the Martian vegetation tech. Not a problem. So we'll get an extra 100 research per day, which is nice. And all we have to do is research the tech that we're already researching. Perfect. Negotiating with the Green Party is like the easiest thing I've ever had to do. Oh, what's going on here? So we have a terraforming hint. I don't think we're anywhere near terraforming. There's Martian vegetation. You've unlocked the seeds resources, which can be imported. Seeds are stored into specialized storage used by the foraging plant. Most plants require some terraforming. Check out atmosphere, surface, water, vegetation, planetary view. Okay, so basically, we need to improve the planet a little bit. They can improve local soil quality and the global vegetation parameter. Increase the soil quality, temperature, water parameters to allow local vegetation to grow in your sector. Further terraforming info is available. Nice. Okay, I have researched that. I got it. We could start greenhouse gassing Mars. I kind of like that idea that if we could build a greenhouse gas factory and make use of this fuel that we're producing to actually improve the terraforming rate. In fact, I'm almost tempted to call down another cargo rocket with another fuel refinery, maybe an advanced Stirling generator. I'll grab an orbital probe. What else? Could grab a few more drones. You can never have too many drones, I feel. I'll bring like 10 seeds. I don't think I really need anything else. I may as well fill the rocket with something. Like, we could just do a bunch of probes. 20 probes should be more than enough. Although, do we have the deep scan yet? That's the real question. Did I research deep scanning? No. So I'm going to wait for better probes before we call down another one of these things. So I don't actually know how much comfort people need before they'll have a baby. Okay, the birth threshold is 70 comfort. No luxury building, and the social building was full. Oh. Okay, so one of my guys is a gambler. Got it. Okay, so we've got terraforming buildings now available to us. So forestation plants. Improves global vegetation if it's less than 40%. Doesn't work during dust storms or toxic rains. Oh wow, the forestation plant has like crazy range. But the soil quality is too low. Yeah, the first thing we need to do is, I think, to work towards warming the planet up a little bit. It's a little cold. So we could activate outsourcing. It's probably not a bad idea. Ooh, I do like the idea of getting soil improvement from sector towers. That's really useful. So I'm going to vote for that. So in theory, these guys should now slowly start improving the soil quality around them. If I could improve Ark's approval if I researched live from Mars, which is a social tech. Let me push that up to the top. It's good to probably improve my relationship with the political factions that like dictate what I can do. Okay, no anomaly found with our new sector scans. Definitely a slowed down in terms of scanning. What is this? Oh, an anomaly. I'll send my RC out here to go get it. So now probes are cheaper and can deep scan. That's awesome. That's what we were looking for before we got a new cargo rocket. I would like another fuel refinery and an advanced Sterling gen. You know, I'm just going to add 2 of those each just for the sake of it because I don't have the research for them just yet. Let's add some drones. We'll bring some seeds and then we'll just like fill it with probes, like get 20 of those. Then a little bit of materials, like why not? We could bring food too. Food is really cheap. We just fill up whatever's left and then another probe. Boom, there we go. All right, we'll launch this one. Cost me 4 billion. That's okay. This guy's ready to launch back to Earth. So let's get him out of here. And I decided to build a landing pad for these guys. Ooh, a trade pad. Oh, now that's interesting that you can export to other colonies. That's really cool. A human has been born on Mars. Whoa. We can now call in new colonists. Dude, we got people born. People were born. Is a baby. She's a child. Okay, so excitement. Let's add another living complex. We're also going to add a nursery for children to live and play in, because hopefully this will improve the quality of life for the children in the town. I'm going to grab myself a diner because the diner will give people access to dining. We don't have access to luxury. Probably should build a security post. The problem with the casino complex is gambling, and it costs cybernetics to maintain. I'd be way more likely to build a electronics store. The problem is it consumes electronics on each visit. This consumes polymers on each visit, whereas this would just improve morale. I think we're going to leave it here. I think people should be sticking to healthy social things like gardens and like the open air gym. I don't want to encourage gambling. I'll put a little pond behind the nursery for people to play in, you know, nice little view. So the nursery provides extra bonus living space for children, basically, which is cool. Yeah, I know we don't have enough workers yet. We will get them. I'm going to disable a couple of buildings while we wait. So we want to be careful about the laws that have an upkeep when we're not making money. So let's go ahead and prepare production focus law. What's this? Independence, Martian Assembly. Martian Assembly requires 30 colonists. Only basic domes can have them. Got it. We have unlocked the TV studio workshop. So this is a new building that workers receive comfort and morale boost and count towards the workshop milestone. It generates funding and consumes electronics. Okay, cool. So let me see here. Aha, okay, so we don't have polymer machine parts or electronics factories, so we will have to bring prefabs if we want to do that. Got it. Water demand looks okay right now. I think it will go up once we start growing crops. We found an anomaly. We researched an anomaly and we found one. So let me get my explorer over here to scan this anomaly. This one should discover new technologies for us, which is cool. I think we should bring down another rocket full of passengers. In terms of specializations, we're not worried about who it is. I think we're just going to bring down a random sample of people to join us. It would be nice to get some botanists, actually. I'm going to bring a couple of medics to work in the plant. I'll bring like 6 botanists. Sounds good. Let's go. Launch. We might want to build another dome soon to expand the amount of space that our people have. So we've got the basic dome, micro dome. We've got the naturalist habitat. This is good for build, like doing these sorts of things, right? It's kind of expensive. I would rather build a dome and connect it up with my other dome. So yeah, if we're gonna be expanding our living situation, I think we will go with a second dome before we do anything else. Temperatures increased by the buildings. Got it. So we just unlocked the greenhouse gas factory. Let's take a look. Well, we have a rocket that needs to land. So let's get this rocket landed right there. The greenhouse gas factory is here. So it requires, okay, so every 4 days it would increase the temperature by 1%. That's pretty damn good, honestly. Probably not what we want to research right now, but it definitely is something. All right, we got a rocket landing. Beautiful. There should still be some surface metal for you to scoop. Right, good news is we did bring some prefabs here. The French ship is ready to launch. I'm going to send that home. So let me see. Can I build... It would be possible for us to extract rare metals now. Now, this would be too far from a dome. We would need to build a dome nearby, but we can do it. Like, it's a possibility now. We also need to consider drone hub range. Let me see. Can I actually build drone hubs? No, I don't have the technology. So I would need to ship some drone hubs. Well, you know what? If that's what's required, I'm going to get myself a cargo rocket with some drone hubs, one of each of the type of factories, plus a Sterling gen, 2 drone hubs, and a crap ton of drones. I think that maybe 20 is the maximum you can bring. And I'll bring a couple of moisture evaporators because I don't think I have the tech for that. And I think a dome uses 2. So let me bring 3 of those plus a little bit of resources. All right, yeah, we're using up our funding, but it is worth it, I think. Nice, we found a new anomaly. Looks like it's going to unlock a new tech. Let's grab our RC Explorer, hold down Shift, and then queue up the anomaly scan, so that'll keep him busy. Yeah, so as far as I'm aware, the key means they're going to unlock a tech. And I want to... We've got a legislative session open. I'm just going to keep preparing laws. I definitely want the basic dome over here to be able to engage with this mining sector, but I also don't want it to be too close so it doesn't get hit by the dust from it. So we're going to get this dome up. I want a passage connecting these 2 domes like this, and then yeah, they'll share electricity and oxygen and all that stuff. Okay, so it looks like we unlocked some new technologies. We now have subsurface heating, increase the local temperature, protects nearby buildings from cold waves. We also got transportation optimization, rovers harvest resources faster, the maximum storage is increased. I do like that. We have been like not super actively using our rover, but we have been using our rover to gather materials where available. In fact, almost all of our metal has come from that. We do have probes. I'm gonna start scanning. Okay, we're finding a lot here. Ooh, what is that? That looks like it's a deep scanned. Yeah, we don't have the technology for that just yet. Oh yeah, look at all those anomalies we're finding. That's beautiful. So we found a ton of stuff over here. Like I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4 breakthrough techs plus some research bonuses. That's amazing. There's actually 5 breakthrough techs. We've got some new colonists. Let's drop them. Drone hub range. Double check. Yeah, it's in drone hub range. Okay, let's drop them right there. New special project available due to the planetary anomaly found. I don't know what that means. Ooh, fuel compression. Oh, rocket cargo space is increased. That's really good. My logistics drone is full, so I'm going to move over here. We have bunch of new colonists coming, and they have a ton of food on them as well. Let me go ahead and build a depot for food right here. New technology is available. What did we unlock? So it looks like we unlocked the Moxie. Yes. So this is an upgrade for the Moxie that will give us extra oxygen. Very cool. Love it. I don't love our power situation. Let's get another advanced Sterling generator here. We should space these out because they do prevent freezing. So here's fine. And then I will put one over here-ish. So let me do that real quick. That'll keep these like moisture evaporators here on the water towers from freezing. Let me grab some power cables and just make sure that that's hooked up. Boom, power cables hooking up. Perfect. Ton of drones in here as well that we can offload. Now with this dome, we can actually connect this bad boy up with, whoa, I think I heard like a meteor just hit the surface of Mars. Jesus. Yeah, I want to build a passage that goes from here to here. So these 2 domes are now connected holistically. And once we complete this passage, I want to put a ramp over. I can definitely hear like the surface of Mars getting absolutely shredded by meteors. Okay, you go scan this anomaly, then scan this anomaly, and then this anomaly, and this anomaly, and this anomaly, and then this anomaly, and this anomaly, and this anomaly. Any more? Yeah, if we didn't find them, we'll find them later. Insufficient power, insufficient oxygen, insufficient water. That's because we need to actually build that tunnel. So the Americans want me to build a new sensor tower. I have a rocket ready to land. I will drop it over here. Let me go into my infrastructure, and I want to build a sensor tower right on the edge of my drone range. And with it, I'm trying to remember, how much power does the sensor tower use? It uses 2. So a single solar panel will easily clear this, which is probably cheaper than just running a cable over to it, right? I mean, we can run a cable over. So a new technology is available. What is it? A light tripod. These lights function without being connected to a power grid. Perfect for lighting hard to reach places. May be a light to you in darkness when all other lights go out. Very cool. Working on giant crops because that sounds like it's fun. Oh, polymer factory. So this would allow us to build polymers and fuel refineries. Yes. These are definitely the sorts of techs we want to be getting our hands on. Okay, so now that our botanists have landed on Mars, let's open a shift in the hydroponics farm. And we're going to be focused on one of your buildings has malfunctioned. Lack of maintenance, okay. And we're going to be focused on microgreens, I think, because of their low water consumption. Let's open the diner as well. We could use another shopping service building. Let me just check. What do our shifts look like? How many unemployed people do we have? Is there a way to tell? Unemployed seeking work is 0. So I think this was 6, 10. Did I add 12 jobs somehow? Oh. Did I really not have any unemployed people? This is 4. Where's the other 2 jobs? Genuinely don't know. But what we want to do now is we want to get ourselves a rare metals extractor over here. Now, we don't want it to build too close to this because it will cause dust issues. But we do want it to be pretty close to lower the walk time. So I'm going to build a rare metals extractor, and we can use this to export. Now, on top of this, I'm also going to add a landing pad because I don't believe landing pads require maintenance. And this landing pad, actually, let me cancel that. This landing pad is basically like, yeah, it's where you export. I want to rotate this building because the little rare metals extractor pad was right here. So this is where I want them to be deposited. So this is where we export rare metals. Awesome. The subsurface anomaly yielded a trove of new scientific data. Choose 1 breakthrough. Clones age twice as fast. All spires can be ordered as prefabs. Oval dome with space for 2 spires. Man, all of these are so cool. I love the idea of the cloning vats. It sounds crazy, both overpowered and extremely unethical. Let's go with prefab compression. I like the idea of being able to order spires because there are some really useful spires. So we've got a passage here, and in order to facilitate the easier transportation of infrastructure, I do need to build the passage ramp. This will let my drones kind of actually go over this. Now we need to connect power here. So connect you up to the electric grid. My drone hub does reach there, which is ideal. We've got a lot of drones on that guy. You're ready to leave, which is ideal. Oh, what's wrong here? Oh, you still have resources in you. Let me grab another. It looks like we're struggling with machine parts. So let me build the machine parts there. And so now you're ready to be launched. So these drones should just be reassigned to whatever's nearby. Ooh, a breakthrough has been discovered. Let's see. So what have we unlocked? Oh, dude. Decommission progress. Oh my god. We can salvage it. We can clear salvaged and destroyed buildings. Now we have access to the drone hub. Faster trains. I haven't even built trains. We've got the water reclamation tower. Drastically reduces the water consumption of a dome. Increases research provided by sponsor by. Oh, that's really good. That's 100 research per day. That should definitely be like at the top of the list. Micro G landers. New asteroid landers can be ordered from Earth. They land on asteroids, ferry resources and colonists between them and our main colony. Dude, you can land on asteroids? Drones work faster on landscaping projects. Oh my god. I need to. Also, dude, we're gonna have to explore this more in the next episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.